Does reading about all the muggings and attacks on our streets keep you from getting out as much as you would like? The statistics really can be pretty frightening. Our next story is about someone who is trying to help. You know, psychologists have proven again and again that the way you present yourself can have a lot to do with whether your name will ever be among the list of crime victims. Someone who is afraid while walking down the street and shows it is more likely to be attacked than someone who presents a confident air. That may be all well and good for the people like the ones behind me. They wouldn't have anything to worry about if they had to defend themselves. But what if you're not big and strong? Well, then you might just look into a seminar sponsored by FUMA. Michael Pasquale Jr. founded FUMA, Federation of United Martial Artists, to help folks like you and me. Watch.
That's good. Keep the block. Nice. That's what I want. Body jump. Out here. To me. Hey! Very nice. Good job. Real good job.
Well, I don't know. Should I come in like this or should I come in like this? Hello, Michael. Nice to have you on the show.
Pleasure.
What are some of the goals of FUMA?
Some of the goals of FUMA primarily are to get the martial artists involved in anti-crime seminars and self-defense seminars in their areas throughout the country. What we're facing right now throughout the country is a lot of crime. We're trying to avoid that by using what we know best to avoid situations that deal with crime. We want to get involved in showing women in the hospitals, senior citizens, women's clubs, local groups or organizations that we can help. We'd like to help them, as well as some of the high schools and grammar schools. The children need to know, because quite obviously there's a lot of crime right now, violent crime with children as well. Child molestation is very, very big right now in the country. What
prompted you to start FUMA?
Well, about 5 or 6 years ago, I was writing a book called Woman's Guide to Self-Defense, and while I was involved with that particular project, I was doing a lot of research, and through my research, I had seen that there was a lot of problems with women. I mean, about every 7 or 8 minutes there's a rape occurring in the country.
Is that so?
Sure, and about every 26, 27 seconds at the time, there's a violent crime committed. And through that, I said to myself, geez, why can't martial artists go out there and do something to help? Not only get themselves involved with teaching self-defense, but also put other people involved with them in teaching anti-crime self-defense seminars that range from precautionary measures down to self-defense, the physical side of learning how to protect yourself.
At what age did you actually get involved in the martial arts?
I've been very, very fortunate. I have my father is a martial artist. He's a master. He's a Shihan, and he's been doing it for approximately 35, 40 years now. And I was about 6 years old when I started.
Can you beat him?
No. I'll be honest with you, I could never take my father on. He's a heck of a guy, he really is. He's some martial artist, he really is.
Michael, what forms of martial arts are you actually trained in?
Primarily, my background comes from Jiu-Jitsu, which comes from the same family as Taijutsu, Ninjutsu, Bojutsu, all different families of the Jutsu family. I am also a karateka. I have studied judo, and I've come up with a system called Ninjuka, which is a combination of ninjutsu, jujutsu, judo, and karate, which I'm teaching right now, which is it's an interesting combination, and I have all my katas down pat for the people to learn.
You've written some books, too. One of the books that I happened to look through, I Can Learn Karate in 8 Weeks, according to this book. Is that so?
It's called Learn the Martial Arts in 8 Weeks. I am not saying that you can learn completely, okay, the arts in 8 weeks, but what it does say is you can pick up, okay, in 8 weeks, a good amount of self-defense in order to get a better understanding of what you're doing. And I think you can't go out on the street and if someone attacks you, do everything you've learned in the book, but you can get an idea of what you can do to hurt somebody, to avoid a situation, if you hit somebody in the throat, hit somebody in the eyes, how to take them down. I wouldn't say you can learn the martial arts completely in 8 weeks, but you can get a good idea.
All right. Well, since I'm here today, maybe you can teach me 1 or 2 moves, if you would.
I'd love to.
Okay.
Okay, what I want to show you first is, primarily, since you're a woman, what we're going to do is we're going to have you doing a choking technique, okay? From this position here.
All right.
Okay? I'm going to choke you from behind like so. What I want you to do is step to the side.
Okay.
We'll go very, very slow.
All right.
First off, the man is choking as he's pulling you back, okay? Use that motion immediately. Step to the side, right side, and back a little bit. Okay? Right. Just to move your hip. Okay? Just like you're dancing, okay?
Okay.
Just move the hip. And then take the hand, okay, with the elbow, strike first to the midsection.
Okay.
Okay, not that it's going to do a lot of damage to a man, mind you. The second strike, which is to the groin, is going to do the damage.
All right.
This will loosen the man up completely. Then from there, you take advantage of the situation and you throw him.
Okay.
So what I want you to do is from here, steps to the side, strike here, strike here. Then come back right in front of me with your hips, rear end in front. Okay, grab here. Okay. That's it. Now from here, as you're squatting, you're picking up, okay, with your hip and pulling at the same time. Right. Good.
Well, that takes care of that. Well, my theory is don't press your luck when you're ahead. So I let some of Michael's advanced pupils demonstrate what comes in Lesson 2 and beyond.
Good. Ninja, the Deadly Warrior coming out, which will be the third issue, will be the first issue of that.
I later asked about Michael's new magazine, Combat Karate.
It's nice. As a matter of fact, here, let me show you something. Speaking of using utensils, okay, which I don't know if I've mentioned to you, this could be a utensil. You know how sometimes women as well as men travel off the subway stations or...
Certainly, they have a newspaper or they have a rolled-up magazine.
Right, they carry rolled-up magazines. You could use this as a very, very good weapon.
You're kidding.
Just like your water stick. Sure, let me demonstrate. Jim, please, come over here. Say you roll up your weapon like so, okay? Or I should say your magazine.
All right.
What you can do is, if, say, for instance, someone grabs you, okay, choke, okay, straight in here to the throat.
Oh dear,
Same
yeah,
thing
I can
here.
see where that...
Straight in here. Now, if it's tight, especially... You all right, Jim? You all right? I apologize.
You know, I think I'm not only going to keep this magazine for its reading pleasure, yes, but I'm going to keep it. I'm going to keep it for self-defense because this may actually come in handy.
Make sure you read it. It's all
I will.
nice.
I'll do both, but it may come in handy. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Listen, Al.
I didn't have to wait long to test my new abilities. Thank you, Michael.
Welcome back. I'm Bill Boggs, and now I'm not going to say that there's a lot of crime in the streets. And I'm not going to say that a lot of New Yorkers are afraid to come out of their apartments. However, if you should actually have any of those kind of fears, our next guest has a few tips on how to protect yourself right on the street. So let's welcome back Michael DePasquale, Jr. Hey! How you doing? Nice to see you. Happy Easter.
You too.
Good to have you with us. Now, what basically should a person be looking for when they're on the street? I mean, you shouldn't be wandering around in a daze like I've been recently.
Well, the most important thing is if you're traveling in a city street to make sure that you don't walk next to the buildings. The reason why is if there's somebody inside, say, if it's a vestibule or maybe in a lobby or in an alleyway there, it's very easy to pull you into the alleyway and you disappear. And next thing you know, someone's choking you around the throat. That's very, very important. Another thing to look for, especially in a park, in an area in a park, is make sure that you're alert of the people that are ahead of you. If you're jogging or if you're running, if you see 3 or 4 people that look suspicious, take a detour. Run the other way. Make sure you travel on